Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey royal tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Welcome in Turkey, the country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization. During our 14-day trip, we'll have the unique opportunity to see not only historical and archaeological sites, but we will also dwell ourselves in the outstanding culture of this unique country. What is more, we will have access to places that are closed or limited to the public, and our guests will have the opportunity to be there without any tourists around. They can take pictures and meet the experts who will lead them in to these magnificent places. As today is the first day of the tour, we are ready to greet our tour guests. Right now, we are transferring straight from the airport to our hotel in Istanbul.
Archaeological Paths Turkey Royal Tour starts in Istanbul, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, and continues through the legendary city of Troy and the biblical city of Ephesus, in order to later travel through the timeless and bare rock landscape of Cappadocia, the site of Catalhuyuk, where we can see the beginning of the urban civilization, is one of the first settlements where people lived together, building established houses around 7000 BC. Another attraction is Mount Nemrut, considered to be the eighth wonder of the ancient world. Without a doubt, the highlight of the tour is the most important archaeological discovery of the modern times, Gobekli Tepe, the world's first temple that dates back to 10,000 BC. It is regarded as the oldest man-made monumental site ever built on our planet. So now, watch all our day-to-day videos and a full video coverage of the 14-day Turkey Royal Tour. Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey royal tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Welcome in Turkey! Today is the second day of our Royal Turkey adventure. In the morning we had a unique entrance to Hagia Sophia, which was open just to our tour guests. Can you imagine that this iconic place, that was first the temple for Christian Orthodox, later converted to a mosque, and now a museum was opened just for us. Each year 1.9 million people visit this unique site. That means that over 5,200 people get inside a day. But thanks to the special permission organized by Archaeological Paths, we had the entire place just to ourselves to take pictures and admire marvelous mosaics.
Oh, having the whole temple to yourself's unbelievable. I mean, this is something Archaeological Paths seems to do on all of their trips, because we have been on other ones, which made us want to come even more. And it is amazing that you get to go in before the crowds, you get beautiful pictures. So when you go home and show your pictures, there's not a bunch of heads in every picture. So it was great.
I've been to Turkey twice before, so I enjoyed the country. I love Turkish food, and above all, Turkish coffee. I have some knowledge about Byzantine history, and I am very happy to see the very first church that was originally by Constantine, but later was widened and renovated by other emperors. In my mind, I was thinking of all this, the empire was pagan to start with and then turned into Christianity and worshipping God, the real God, as opposed to paganism in this magnificent church. I like the architecture. It's fantastic. The dome is fabulous. The mosaics are highly, admirable, particularly the mosaics of Jesus Christ and Holy Virgin Saint Mary. And I believe that this is a blessed area for Christendom, although it was taken over by Islam, but it's preserved by the Muslims and kept for generations to come.
Later, during the day, we went to Topkapi Palace, the pearl in the Ottoman Empire. Topkapi Palace was built in the 15th century. It was one of the major residences of Ottoman sultans for almost 400 years. Topkapi Palace was not only the residence of the Ottoman sultans, but also the administrative and educational center of the state for nearly 380 years. Later on, we went to the Blue Mosque, a pearl and a must-see sight while you are in Istanbul. The mosque is called the Blue Mosque due to the amount of tiles that you can find inside. Can you imagine that there is 20,000 blue tiles inside and 2,000 beautiful stained glasses all around? After that, we went to the Basilica cistern, one of the biggest cisterns holding water from that time.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Today is the third day of our tour. First, we were sailing throughout the Dardanelles Strait, which is natural borderline between Asia and Europe. Çanakkale has been a major strong point in the defense of the Dardanelles from the time of the Trojans throughout World War I. Right now, we are in Troy, one of the most fascinating cities that inspires many all around the world. The Troy is both legendary and historical place. And here is the place where Helen was being taken and the legendary 10-year war between the Trojans and Greeks took place. Thanks to archaeological research, we are certain that Troy consists of 9 layers, each of them from different period of time that was constantly rebuilt and rebuilt. Today, we will have a chance to actually see it and go inside, dwell ourselves in ancient history and in mythology.
Actually, it was my husband who found it. We were researching all the archaeological sites that we wanted to go visit, and he had seen the tour, and so much of the sites that we were interested in seeing were on this tour, and that's how we originated going to Egypt. And now we're following up with Turkey and Armenia. Our tour guide, Zuat, was absolutely wonderful in giving us all the details that we really would not have gotten had we been in a crowd.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
A few minutes ago, we have finished the sightseeing of Pergamon. Pergamon is a World Heritage Site enlisted. It's a great example of a city that was invaded throughout the millennia and devastated, and over rebuilt. It survived the conquest of Persian and even Alexander the Great. The first information that we have found about Pergamon reaches back till the 2nd millennia BC. Pergamon is also known in its history due to two things. In its peak, it had a wonderful library that was comparable to the one in Alexandria. What is more, it was also a healing center with springs that's supposed to give you youth. Even famous Cleopatra came here and enjoyed her bath.
Suat was talking to me last year about this tour, and I had wanted to see Turkey all my life. Hagia Sophia, Troy, Ephesus, I had wanted to see before I die. Suat told me about it, and yeah, sure, let's give it a whirl. Suat is an excellent guide. He is proud of his country. He knows what he's talking about. I'm enjoying very much learning a lot of new stuff. Pergamon, that was a gap in my knowledge. I did not know that existed. I did not realize it would be this big, so far it's fine.
We also entered the house that's supposed to be the final destination and place where Virgin Mary stayed after Jesus Christ's crucifixion.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Welcome to Ephesus. Right now we are in one of the most important ancient cities that was ever built. The center and city was built by wealthy Romans, and it has its own harbor and it's near a beautiful river. And it was not only the cultural center of the world at one time, but also a place very important to Christianity. According to the New Testament, St. Paul lived in Ephesus, preached here for the time. Since that time, this is a very important place for Christians. Today we had a unique opportunity to ride on the Dylan River. At the moment we are in Kaunos, one of the cities with the rock-cut tombs that are an iconic site of Turkey, date back even till 9th centuries BC. However, the city itself dates back to 4th century BC. In Turkey, of course, there are many fascinating and well-preserved archaeological sites. Kaunos is a one-of-a-kind place in many regards. In spite of its great interest, the site has not yet become a household name on the list of dream destinations for aspiring cultural travelers, except for those familiar with its region.
I have very close and trusted friends who I trust and whose taste I trust, who went on one of the Archaeological Paths tours of Egypt. And they were not merely pleased, they were raving about, he just said, we saw things I know we would not have seen, and I think they're right. You know, it's hard to single out a single thing, but the care, the preparation, and also the sort of fleet of footness of Sawat about, for instance, yesterday, we'd been running a little late, I could see him looking at his watch, and he quickly lined up that tractor-driven, very nice little cart that took us up the hill at Kaunos, which was just, you know, it just happened, and it made the schedule a little more spacious, and it gave us a little more energy.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Good morning from Turkey. Right now we are on a boat and we are sailing and watching the ancient city of Cappadocia, the sunken city which still most of it lies underneath the water. We had also the opportunity to look at the whole city from a glass bottom of the boat, as well as we took a relaxing dip in the water of the Mediterranean Sea. The name Cappadocia in Turkish means plain of time and describes the region perfectly. As you can see around, all the greenery, blue and wonderful surrounding enhance and enriches everyone who stays here.
I enjoyed seeing the different eras of history all in this one region. Yes, I thought that was interesting as well. The location that they chose, often by water and with a beautiful view. And I liked that we were able to see evidence that they took pride in where they lived. It wasn't like they threw the homes together, and you could tell that they were settling here because it was a good area, it was a fertile area. And it was nice to see that thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago that was important to them.
Here we are in the ancient city of Myra, or at least its remains. We are standing in one of the most beautiful theaters from that time. What is more, we also have seen the tombs of the Lycian people, and we had a stroll around the entire city to admire the Lycian culture and art. In the past, Demre was called also Myra. This is the place where St. Paul was staying and preaching, as well as a legend of the St. Nicholas, the bishop who was preaching in Turkey. And he is the role model that later on was used for the story of Santa Claus.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Today in the morning we start our journey with a trip to Catalhuyuk. Catalhuyuk is the oldest settlement in the world, along with Jericho, that dates back to Stone Age. Founded over 9,000 years ago on the bank of the river that has since dried up, Catalhuyuk is believed to have been home to an egalitarian Stone Age society who built distinctive homes, arranged back to back without doors or windows. They went in and out throughout openings in the roof. On the inside, they left wall paintings and enigmatic figurines. These dwellings also played an important role in their funerary practices. Residents buried the dead under their homes. At its peak, the town housed as many as 8,000 people who supported themselves throughout agriculture and raising livestock.
The tour has just been a rich tapestry of both time frame, locations and different cultures, and really I can't pick out a particular favourite. I learned a lot. The Neolithic sites of course are my passion, and this trip has more than fulfilled what I was expecting.
Right now we are in the Mevlana Museum, so we can admire the philosophy of the Mevlana and his followers. We have seen a wonderful mosque and museum. We also had a chance to dwell ourselves in the fascinating story and beliefs of the people who followed Mevlana.
Well, Suat has more than surpassed my thoughts on what I was expecting. I did ask archaeological tours, what is the speciality of our guide? I really was looking for someone that had a broad spectrum. I'm a particularly spiritual person, so I was looking for someone that would fulfill those spiritual questions that I might have. And he has more than fulfilled that, and he is covering every aspect. So no one would be disappointed at all in what he's offering here. And he's full of love, he's full of generosity and kindness.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Welcome in Cappadocia, the land of outworldly rock formations full of chimneys, fairy, castles, where people lived and inhabited this place since 10,000 BC. Today in the morning we have visited Catalhuyuk. It's a place that was inhabited by people since 8,000 BC. What is more, archaeologists found here traces of surgeries done on humans since 8,000 BC.
Well, I looked on the internet and I looked for tours that weren't really large, something where I wouldn't be like with more than, let's say, 30 people. I chose archaeological tours because I liked the itinerary. There was a large assortment of different sorts of sites from different times, and I was also interested in going to Cappadocia, and a lot of tours that didn't offer that, or it was an add-on. I talked with Elizabeth and she was convinced too. I studied what we were going to be doing a little bit, but then I thought, well, let's just see what happens. Yes, I had no idea what to expect, and I really appreciated being able to see those sorts of ancient sites. After I went to those places, I thought to myself, well, I think civilization didn't start 3,000 years ago. My guess is that civilization probably started 50,000 years ago, and there's no recording of it, and that's what I took away from those really ancient Neolithic sites, that civilization is much older than we even imagine.
Later on, we have went to Catalhuyuk, the underground city, the largest city carved in underground. In total, in Cappadocia, so far they have found 63 underground cities carved by the people, where they have settled and when they have hidden themselves from enemies, Persians and other people who were attacking them all the way. We had the opportunity to enter one of the largest of the cities and explore and see their chapels, their cemeteries, and places where they actually lived and hid themselves from enemies.
I was really impressed with some of the things that I had no knowledge of. I was very much looking forward to the Hagia Sophia, and that couldn't have been better. That could not have been better. I can't imagine being there with the place full of folks and jostling for position. So that was really quite a highlight, yeah. I would definitely do it again.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, You can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Balloon ride was, the ultimate. I was terrified when I went on. It was so peaceful and tranquil, and the landscape was just incredible to see how it developed over the thousands and thousands of years that people have been living here.
Today we are in the valley of Goreme, a place where side by side churches were cut in the rocks directly, and all of the churches here are dedicated to different saints like Saint Basil or Saint Barbara. There's also the dark church and other places here. The inside of the churches that we can find are decorated with beautiful frescoes that are astonishing and beautiful example of Byzantine art.
What can you say? The paintings on the walls. You just stand there, and you just can't even imagine what it would be like to be in that time period, crawling through a hole. I mean, now it's exposed because of earthquakes, but imagine having to crawl into a hole to worship and not be killed for doing it. And then the masterpieces that were on the walls was just incredible. It's a once in a lifetime. We did the Egypt tour. We were so impressed by that we looked at the other tours. It was so much more. The cultures, the friendliness. It was just wonderful. You were welcomed the minute you stepped into any of the areas. God, it's so hard to pick a favorite, and the people were so friendly. I would recommend anyone to come. Oh my gosh. I mean, having anything to yourself is like you are a photographer. Of course, I'm an amateur, but you're a photographer and you have access to everything. It's like you don't have to ask anyone to move. You just have to imagine the pictures, see it, and try to interpret it. It was wonderful. That was the best.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Today we had the opportunity to visit the place that is still considered as one of the wonders of the ancient world. Many people think it's the eighth wonder of the ancient world that is still not recognized. On the top of the Nemrut mountain, we can find two terraces, two holy places built by Antioch I. In this place, we can see many statues of gods with both Greek and Persian features. This is also the place where the religion from East and West combine. The godlike statues had the sunrise and sunset.
Mount Nemrut was, for me, a very special site. Ancient stone heads on the top of the mountain, and to boot, we got a lovely lightning storm all around us, which made it particularly special.
And I was really impressed with Mount Nemrut, about which I knew very little. I thought, well, we'll see what happens there. I think that Mount Nemrut, as much as Ephesus, was really kind of a highlight for me.
Mount Nemrut was probably turned out to be the best. I really enjoyed that, particularly with the weather. I like the older stuff, Roman and older usually.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Today we have visited Haran. Haran was a city in the Upper Mesopotamia located very near Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The land was surrounded by fertile plains. What is more, the city itself was a cultural center and very important place situated on trade roads. Haran was a major commercial, cultural and religious center. Here was the site where the Temple of Sin, also known as the first university, famous throughout the ancient world for its star readers. It was in Haran where Rebecca drew water for Jacob, from whence Abraham decided to make his move into the land of Canaan.
He is great. I like him very much. I like his personality. I like the way he's expressing himself. English is a second language, and yet he managed very well, communicating with us all his information that he wanted to give us. And I learned a lot from him. My impression about the tour is fantastic, because I'm interested in archaeological sites. The highlights of my tour, areas of Neolithic period. That's what I'm interested in, and how people lived, how people sacrificed animals or perhaps human beings.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Today we had a wonderful treat for our tour guests. In the morning we went to the Gobekli Tepe site to see the oldest sanctuary in the world, dating back to 10,000 BC. Each of the stone blocks is from 3 to 6 meters high and weighs from 40 to 60 tons. This is a rare example of beliefs and sacrificial places that were in the Stone Age era. We know that in this complex there are at least 20 temples. 6 of them are being digged out and we can admire them till today. 14 of them aren't touched yet, so we are still looking forward to check what's inside in the Gobekli Tepe. Thanks to Archaeological Paths, we have the privilege to enter this site privately without any tourists around. And what is more, we were accompanied by the head of archaeologists who showed us around and told us the newest discoveries made in Gobekli Tepe.
Well, I googled visiting Gobekli Tepe and I happened to have a flight booked to UK for May, and by complete synchronicity the only tour that was going to Gobekli Tepe was Archaeological Paths, and it was a bit of a no-brainer really.
And now for something completely different. I came on this trip because of Suad. I had met him on a prior Archaeological Paths tour in Egypt. He told me about this Turkey tour, and I knew I had to come to Turkey to tour it with my friend Suad. I love ancient carvings, and this hits all the points. Not an issue whatsoever. None whatsoever. Friendly people, much safer than the United States.
Gobekli Tepe. You know, I came with very little preliminary notion about what it would be, except that I knew that it was extremely ancient, that it was revising all the historical accounts about early mankind, and explanations about the place right at the front where ceremonial things had happened 10,000 years ago. And then as a complement to that, to go to the wonderful museum in Urfa and see that many of the artifacts that had turned up there. You know, I'm still trying to sort of incorporate that, and probably will be for some time. But it certainly has revised my timeline of human history.
Fantastic. That was a lovely surprise. We had no idea we were going to be doing that. I had been there before with crowds of people, so to be able to go in there completely on our own and have the place to our own was really a special treat.
Archaeological Paths presents to you day-by-day videos that were recorded during one of the Turkey Royal Tours. Now, you can also join this incredible 14-day journey to discover the archaeology, history, culture, and natural beauty of this amazing country that is rightfully referred to as the Cradle of Civilization.
Been sightseeing Sanliurfa, which literally means the Great Urfa, and it's also referred to as the City of the Prophets. In the morning, we went to the pools of Ibrahim. This place is holy for 3 major religions: Christians, Jewish, and Muslims. According to the story, Abraham was supposed to be killed by King Nemrut and thrown to the fire. But thanks to God, or Allah, as Muslims say, he was saved. The fire was turned into the water and the logs were turned into the fish. Nowadays in the pools you can see many fish swimming around and people feed them. It is prohibited to kill them or to eat them. Then we have visited the second most important place in that town for Christian, Muslims and Jewish. We have went to the Cave of Abraham, where, according to the story and information provided, the Prophet was born.
I have felt as safe here as I would feel in a major American city. The first 36 hours I was looking for any signs of sort of instability, and if anyone asked me, is it safe to go to Turkey, it would be an unequivocal, by all means, yes, it is safe, both in the cities and in rural areas.
crossing in Sanliurfa, we took a plane and we came back to Istanbul when we started our journey. At the moment, we are cruising on the Bosphorus Strait, the strait that separates Asia from Europe, the Marmara Sea from the Black Sea. We enjoy the sights, and now we can see Istanbul from a very different perspective.
The legendary Sawat has done everything. I have watched him do everything from mend a broken sandal to making phone calls to make sure that we could get into Gobekli Tepe an hour early. Just undertook everything for our comfort, probably our safety, and facilitated the trip in small ways and large ways. In many ways, we will never know.